3. Let's go. Welcome to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. Let's go. Balcony AUX Chord. Balcony AUX Chord.
Welcome back to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. You're back again with me, Mark, and Findi. Welcome back to the music circle. For any... Findi's just changing the lights out of it in his room. He's going crazy. He's going crazy on them lights. But for anyone who doesn't know who and what we do here at the Balcony AUX Chord podcast, we talk about life, but using music as a launching point for further discussion. And this started off from our university days. We would chill on the balcony and we'd listen to music while looking into the world and just, talking and stuff like that. So, straight to it. How you doing, man? How you doing, Findi?
My good, man. Okay.
You're okay?
I'm okay. Yeah. It was quite a day. I was like, yo, I'm gonna get up early. I was like, I'm gonna get up early, go get some breakfast. And then I got back home and I was like, I'm kind of tired, so I napped, and then I napped for like 4 hours. And then now I'm just... I woke up and I was just like, oh. You know that when you take a nap for so long that you start having a headache?
Oh, yeah. Do you have that right now?
Me? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Damn.
I gotta drink my coffee, bro. What about you?
Man.
How's your... You finished the thing yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, I finished the presentation part of it. I've been consulting... Oh, not consulting, but... yes, consulting, but... It's part of my LC program.
Is that like capstone, kind of like a
capstone? It's called a capstone project, and I can't disclose anything about it, but
basically, he can't say it, but Mark is sucking dick. Mark is sucking dick for grades. That's and then he finished yesterday. So congrats.
No,
they finished. I finished
the presentation, yeah. So the report is due the 1st of April. So I still have to finish writing that up with my friends. So
I don't think it's due, man. I think it's a joke. You just be like, I knew you were kidding. It's April Fool's Day. I knew there wasn't anything due. We'll just go in and do that.
Motherfucker.
It's like, April Fool's? I knew it. You can't get me.
Can't get me. Never. I'm always ahead. I'm always
ahead of you, fucking LSE fucks.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about today, Mark?
So I texted Findi last night. I was like, "Yo, let's talk about John Mayer." No questions asked. It was just like a statement. It was like, "Let's talk about John Mayer." And I think it to me at least. It kind of, there's many factors in this. So the other day on a Clubhouse, which we have a Clubhouse now, by the way, guys. We're in Clubhouse. The other night we talked about nostalgia, and I brought up the song Rosie when I was nostalgic for this moment in my life. And I heard some groans when I was like, oh, it's like John Mayer, and everyone was like, whoa. I was like, what the fuck?
John Mayer's fucking sick, bro. What the fuck?
What the fuck you did? What are you talking about?
John Mayer's fucking sick.
I tend to forget that some people do hate him and think that he's first of all, he's an asshole. I mean, I'm not denying that, but but then he's pop, very pop, body is a wonderland kind of pop singer, and he is. But I think
he's sick though.
By dismissing or by restricting him in that bubble alone, you're missing out on so much of his art. And I mean, obviously, maybe this can go into the discussion about pop in general. But I think let's ground it on John Mayer first and see how it goes. Secondly, also, maybe my phone heard me. Maybe the AI was sneaking in on me, but on the Clubhouse call,
they ordered you a dildo. Yeah, and the
with John
package,
Mayer's.
the John Mayer replica penis came in your mail because they were like, this
molded
guy,
his dick.
yeah, this guy likes John Mayer a lot.
His dildos,
This
like
guy-
guitar,
Yeah,
guitar shape.
yeah, it's not a guitar shit. It's like, you know, his like broken ass guitar,
Yeah.
the one with like the paint strip and shit.
Stratocaster.
Yeah. It's like that, but as a dildo.
I can
No?
see that. Yeah, no, it came in the no.
Finish your
no.
story. I'm sorry.
So on YouTube, it recommended a video, and it was basically like it was like very clickbaity kind of like title. It was like why people hate John Mayer and why you should stop or something. like
Why
something
you
like
should
that.
stop hating John Mayer, or why you should stop? Okay.
One of those things, and it was on one of those channels that are like reaction / review. So it's like Anthony Fantano-esque. So he had like a following of some kind. He had like 400,000, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a try, since it's like probably not that clickbaity and like, you know, but like it was very informative, and he like basically just went through John Mayer's discography and was like, yo, like obviously there's like the beginning parts where it's like Bodies of Wonderland. Like this is just like a boy, like a very like Shawn Mendes-y kind of like cheesy song, but there's also nuances and like, you know, some really good songs, even in his younger age. You know, like No Such Thing is like one of those songs which is like, whoa, what the fuck?
Those Paradise Valley. I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Exactly.
Honestly,
exactly. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Because I feel like he's misunderstood in some ways. Like obviously I'm not redeeming him for how he has been an asshole to like women and like the media and stuff like that. Like obviously he has his
he's an adult now
sides.
though, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I think
he's grown up.
Yeah. He's been like a lot more calm and just like less like I feel like ego was like a big thing. I think we've talked about this with John Mayer. And now I feel like he's kind of like stepping back, and he's kind of just like producing music for like new talent and stuff like that. He's the kind of guy who would just like show up on like a Daniel Caesar track, like
just cause.
Yeah, just cause. And then I think he worked with Daniel Caesar. Yeah, he did. on the latest Daniel Caesar album, and that was like great. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you captured it pretty well. I think he's matured as like a person, not just an artist, but like because like he was famous at such a young age too, right? So he was famous from like I think like 1920 or something, and like he blew up. And he was like
a lot of ego, man.
He was a god for like 10 years.
Like imagine when you were 20, like motherfuckers like worshipped you. You had like you just had like Billboard hits and shit. Like you, like everyone was like trying to suck your dick. You know what I mean? Like,
And this was pre YouTube, I would think. Like I'm not pre YouTube, but like
pre like
the beginning stage.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it was like the traditional sense of like, you know, being a god essentially.
And, like a rock star.
Yeah. So like he did go through his phase, and as a child, I would imagine that, you know, he would, you know, say some shitty things in the media and stuff like that. I would imagine. Obviously, I didn't care in that era. I was still like a child myself. I was like actual child, and you know. I like that he has diverted into quite a humorous kind of field now. Like he's dabbling in comedy. Like obviously, like have you seen his
the New Light music video?
New Light music video is super funny,
pretty funny
too. And I feel like have you ever seen the sketch he did with Dave Chappelle?
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
I remember the Daniel Caesar was on that or something. There was like a controversy with that.
No. This was like old school. This is like when he was young.
Okay.
So the Dave Chappelle show in the back in the day, and like I think the sketch right best summarizes that. Like Dave Chappelle was saying like white people will dance to any guitar solo, and basically like John Mayer would go around with him and like play guitar, and everyone like every white person would like dance like ooh.
Yeah, offbeat, mind you.
Yeah.
I was kidding.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, let's how about? Okay, wait. You can finish that thought.
No, I'm finished. You can say your thing.
Okay, no, I just want to ask you about like, let's just talk about like the sort of like personal impact of John Mayer on you.
Okay.
Like what age were you when you first heard like a John Mayer song, or what album did you like, and just shit like that, you know?
Right. I mean, obviously, I probably heard his music since I was like 10 or something, right? But it was like the poppy ones on the radio and shit. It would be like My Body's a Wonderland, Waiting on a World to Change. Not Daughters. Daughters wasn't famous in Thailand, but those two that I mentioned before. But I only started to appreciate his other side, like actually acknowledge it, when I was like 14, 15. Because one, my ex-girlfriend, she was like, yo, like, listen to Stop This Train, man. And I'm like, okay.
She showed you that song?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Shit.
What the fuck?
Stop This Train. And I was like, oh shit, this guy's lit. And I went down the continuum kind of like rabbit hole a little bit. Not as deep as I am now. Until I but I reconnected with my cousin, who is a guitar teacher at like KPN. And I don't know about you, but during like my high school, like you would have to like sign off hours of getting like creative hours, service hours.
It's CAS.
Yeah.
I did IB, yeah. Is it not CAS hours?
Well, I think it's before CAS. I was doing the DOE before that.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so it's like, it's basically pre-CAS, right?
Yeah,
it's like
the same concept.
Same concept. I was like, I wanna continue my guitar studies, because I did classical guitar first at school, and I was like, I liked it, but it was like kind of lame because I was playing like dumb like classical music, and like dumb like you know how like they teach kids how to play like doom dee doo 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 doo, like dumb
yeah. The boring shit. You wanted to sing to some girls, you know.
Exactly.
The girls aren't gonna be like down if you're playing like flamenco on guitar or some shit like that.
I mean, I think flamenco. I think I'd be down, but I wasn't even learning that. You know, I was I was just learning like some like hot crust bun shit. You know, but like
okay.
Right,
you wanted to
but
play
you know
chords.
what I mean.
You wanted to play power chords and shit. You wanted to impress girls.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I asked my cousin to teach me like in his like spare time. I paid him, but and then he is a fanboy of John Mayer himself, and he even gave me a CD to go watch at home.
Wow! That's the Los Angeles 2007.
Yeah, man. This is so for the audio listeners, where
that was peak John Mayer.
Yeah, right. The CD for Where the Light Is, the concert, which I will talk about, by the way. I just remembered that I had this in my drawer, so good. But that was, I guess, the start of my real fandom over John Mayer. And like in many ways, I kind of like focused just on Continuum and maybe just like battle studies. Yeah, that's about it. Like the two ones, and then Room Full of Squares, I think. Is that the name? Room of Squares? Room Full of Squares? I tend to forget names. But
Room for Squares.
Room for Squares?
Room for Squares, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I only focus on those because at that time I think Paradise Valley was already out and Born and Raised was already out.
I don't know what the fuck happened there, bro. Like Paradise Valley.
I mean, they're not my kind of music. I think some people love that shit, but I don't.
I think this guy was like dating Taylor Swift then, or something like that. Probably
that too,
and it probably inspired a lot of his music.
Yeah, but also like he was like at that point he was starting to get disillusioned by his own fame, and he was like he moved to Montana, I think, or something like that, like some like obscure like country, and I guess he started to sing that stuff, and my cousin told me that he was just like tired of playing difficult music. He was tired of like making like crazy ass like solos and stuff. So he like did country, and country doesn't have a lot of the technical aspects, compared,
Yeah.
So it dipped.
But then you were mostly into Continuum and Room for Squares. Yeah, me too. I feel like those were his those are the only albums from him that I listened to, honestly.
Okay.
And the live one. The live one was like,
oh yeah,
that was like peak. That was like he peaked.
I think so too.
As a musician, he was like on another fucking level.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll ask you the same question. Where does your love or fandom of John Mayer
begin? First time, it was also from a cousin, and he was learning how to play guitar. Like, he was quite older than he was like 8-9 years older than me, and then he was always playing like "Your Body Is Wonderland." He always "Your Body Is Wonderland." No, he was just like, I just heard him like playing and shit like that, and I was just like, okay, who's this? And he was like, this is John Mayer, and I was like,
who this?
Nice. And then I downloaded Continuum onto my iPod, my first iPod. It was a blue iPod Nano, and it had Continuum. And then this was around the time where we were listening to like Jack Johnson and shit. So he was like that era of music for me. But yeah, and then I got more into Continuum when I was in high school, like late high school.
Okay.
Because I heard the live one. Yeah. I heard the live one on YouTube. Yeah. And the guitar solo at the end of
Gravity or Slow Dancing.
The end of Gravity was like that shit was fucking mind blowing, bro. Like, I was just like, man. I was just like, what is this? And I remember like just like I used to like listen to it with my big earphones. My dad bought me like this big Panasonic earphones that were like really high quality. Yeah. And I would just like turn off the light in my room and go under my covers and just listen to Gravity and the guitar solo. I was like, it felt like I was high. Like I hadn't, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I was just like, I was just so into it. I was just like, yeah. And then after that, and then I was like, okay, I just listen to John Mayer. And the next time I was super into it was honestly graduating high school, and Stop This Train was like a big. I don't know why, but at that time, like I listened to Stop This Train, and I was just like, right, I'm like going to college and shit. Like, I'm leaving all my friends.
I mean, that's fair.
What happened? Like, I'm already 17.
Yeah, no, Stop This Train is all about growing up, so like that makes a lot of sense. And I feel like high school is such a big part of everyone's life, right? Like, you live in this bubble for so long, and it's like scary, and you don't want to change. Yeah. And it feels like a big change, and it is, but like in the grand scheme of things, high school is pretty small. So like I get it.
At the time though, it felt like like high school
the world. Yeah,
it was just like, oh my goodness, how is it? It's so fucking dramatic. Like, I was like, God. Yeah, man. Like, Stop This Train. And I was just like, oh man, I'm getting so old. I was like 17. You know? I was like, hey, motherfucker, you're 17, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Okay, and I guess like we met in college, and that probably exploded because you met another fanboy.
Yeah, and then you played a lot of it. You played a lot of John Mayer, like both like to listen to, and you got a record, man. Like I remember, I think in the first or second year, you got a little record player at your house, and then one of the first records that you bought was Continuum. Yeah. And then I remember just listening to that, like, on the record player. Do you still have that, by the way?
I do. I'm just like looking at.
Do you like hook it up to like better speakers? I think.
Right now I don't even have a record player in Thailand, so I have to get that first. But yes, I would ideally do that. Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I remember that was like, you got like a little Crosley one that was like a suitcase.
Yeah, that was shit. Yeah,
it was so bad. The quality. But when you played it from the thing.
But when you plugged it, it's better.
Yeah, when you plugged it in, it was just like a record player.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my little John Mayer fucking thing.
And then once we were in college, he dropped The
That was
Search for
second year.
Everything?
Yeah, it was second year.
Was it second year? I thought
Yeah,
it was
Search-
like third year. Okay, never mind. Same thing. Second year, and I feel like, that was a big part of my university life too. Like, if I look back, like a big part of it is defined by that album in particular.
We listened to it all the time. I remember we listened to it all the fucking time.
Because it has a lot of range, right?
Yes.
And like, I don't think it's a good album. I don't think it's a great album. Let me correct that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a decent album. And I think it reflects like this, like, cause okay, maybe it's informed now by the fact that I listened to this interview with him and I forgot his name, but something Frost that I sent you, Findi. The guy who interviews rappers and shit. And John Mayer was sharing that during the writing process of The Search for Everything, he would be touring with Dead and Company. And during the whole time, he was like on and off from the studio. So it was like not a continuous thought process.
Yeah.
So
it was
like,
just kind of shit that he wrote just on the road.
Exactly. And then like
compiled.
he would come back and record, and then it would be like a different feeling, and then he would go back again on tour, then he'll come back. It's like just like back and forth, just like very mixtapey. And he even says it in an interview. He was like, yeah, like The Search for Everything is very mixtapey. He uses those words. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, damn, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't consistent at all.
During remember the first stages of that album, he released it in phases, which was totally new, I think, in terms of like releasing an album.
Mm-hmm. Like usually you release like 2 singles and then you drop the whole album.
Exactly.
Like a month
I think
later.
he released like 4 in total, maybe. Because he has like 12, I think. He has like 12 songs on it.
I don't remember.
But yeah, there are some good gems in all of them,
What was your favorite track on that album? Pick like Changing. Changing.
I like Rosie a lot. I like Still Feel Like Your Man a lot. And
Moving on.
Moving on. And honorable mention, because I feel like it's grown on me a little bit, Love on the Weekend.
So you didn't have a girlfriend at that time, so you were just like, yeah, that was a good song.
I think it's a good song if you're on the road,
like a road trip kind of song.
Yeah, and I mean it's very country, and I'm not a country boy, but like I dabble, in some John
folk.
Mayer.
It was just like folk. It was folk.
Yeah. So I love that shit. And that's, I think, to me, that defined I think a whole year of my university career.
Yeah, that was a big thing. And then we ended off that year going to see John Mayer live.
Yes sir.
And it was like, I think we paid like $130 each. We all went.
Yeah.
Like the whole crew. Like this is the boys, just like 4 seats.
crying and
crying. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, man. I feel like we have so much to unpack. Like, do we talk about memories or do we talk about his work at this point?
We can talk about both, man. We've talked about both.
Sure.
But I feel like A Search for Everything was like memories for me. Like it was such a like a time of my life. Like the first time I heard Rosie, I think you sent it to me, like, oh my god, John Mayer dropped this. And I heard it and I was like, I was like, oh fuck, this is lit.
Oh shit.
I was like, it's quite good. But I think my favorite song on that album was still Emoji of a Wave. I don't know why.
I think it's simple, it's a very simple song, and it's like it's just good songwriting in general. It's just like it's just good song. How the fuck can you?
Like I feel like I was talking to Matt about this, and then Matt was saying how like before he was just trying to like make complex shit, like sort of like trying to imitate guys like K Tornado or Jacob Collier and stuff like that. Just make like shit with like a bunch of layers. Just
a lot of chords and complex.
But he'll talk about this. Spoilers, we're gonna have him on for our next episode. But I'm sure he'll talk about this. But now he's like working on like simplifying everything.
Yes.
Into just like he used this thing called less is more.
Mm.
Whereas it's like, he was talking about how like you can do all this shit, but if you make it simple and tasteful, people are gonna love it. And that's like amata, you know, that's like
Yeah.
that would never die.
Yeah, and I think even he says it, like, you know, how do you make music effective with so little time and so little things, the components of it? Like how do you maximize the gains out of this simple thing? And if you find a way to distill it down to just like the essence of like what is good about it, then like you cracked it.
And it was
like,
simple, man. Like that song was so simple. Like he was literally just talking about how like everything
emotions wash away, right?
Emotions wash away. Emotions are temporary. That's like, basically all it's saying is that like you can. There's just like shit's gonna throw shit at you and you're gonna react to it.
Yeah.
But know that like that's it. Like when you're in the thick of it, it feels like that's like everything that's like in your life. Like that's all that matters. But when it passes, you're gonna look back on it and just be like, I got through that shit. You know what I mean?
And like, just a question, like, do you think he wanted to name it the words, the emoji of a wave, or do you think he wanted to use the emoji of a wave, but couldn't get it on like, you know, the label? I think
that's like an Apple thing. That's like an Apple thing. Let me look it up. It's not an emoji. It's just like emoji of a wave.
No. It's the words. I know this for a fact, but like I'm asking you, like, do you think he wanted it to be the actual emoji?
I think it would have been sick if you could just name a song like an emoji.
I think it would be pretty cool. Like hieroglyphics again, bring it back.
Like going back to the root of language.
Yeah.
Just pictures.
Yeah. I feel like it's super simple. And I think that's an honorable mention for me too from that album itself. But let's talk about, I mean, at least we're talking about the favorite songs now. I think top peak songs.
Peak like, John Mayer songs?
Yeah, like your top songs. Like I feel like for me, I'll just like throw out some right now. Stop This Train.
Can you do 5? Do pick 5.
Shit. Okay, I'm gonna try. Stop This Train, Gravity, Slow Dancing. Okay, these are the top 3. I'm out of the way. Fuck, that's so difficult. Rosie. Oh my god, I have one more. Jesus, man.
Heartbreak Warfare. You remember that one? Heartbreak Warfare. This is so good. I'm just going through it.
I'm so like split. I'm like, is it Neon? Is it Free Falling? Is it
Free Falling is a cover though, so technically you can't.
I mean, but his cover is better than the original.
I mean, kind
Tom Petty, not as good. Not as good version.
No Such Thing, man, honestly.
Okay. Yeah.
No Such Thing?
No Such Thing.
Yeah, okay, for me, it's No Such Thing. No, I don't know why, but No Such Thing, every time I listen to it, even as a fucking 23-year-old, I'm like, oh man, I'm so nostalgic.
Yeah, high school. You know, it's like running through the corridors, like literally, right?
Like when he was playing it live, I was like,
Yeah. He doesn't play that song often, so I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Okay, and my second has to be it has to be Gravity, but like a live version Gravity.
Yes,
that shit was crazy,
Nokia Theater. So
that shit was fucking insane, bro. Yeah. Gravity live. Yeah. And then I also and then Emoji of a Wave. Rosie. Oh fuck, I have just one more.
It's so tough, dude. His discography is so good.
Honestly, Dreaming with a Broken Heart is sick.
Like, I think that's the most simple song, I think, out of all of it. Because he's playing a piano, which I think he admits he's not good at it.
Yeah.
So he was just like, I just wanted to play piano on this one. I'm like, oh shit, nice.
Yeah, this guy is sick, man. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Didn't you cry at that song in the concert? I cried at Gravity for sure.
I cried at Gravity because I was so happy that he played Gravity.
Yeah.
Because I was like, fuck. And then I just started crying. I didn't buy the merch from that concert though. The merch was sick.
Oh,
The whole
yeah.
design of like that album, like the whole
Yeah.
like aesthetic of it was also really good.
It's
I
very
remember
nice.
that was like a big thing for me as well. There's like a lot of like pencil drawings and
Yes. Yeah.
then the letters. You bought some merch, didn't you?
I bought a tote bag. I bought a T-shirt. Yeah. I also have a cup of him, but I ordered that online.
But it was another thing, wasn't it?
yeah, that's a different thing. But my sister went to the Bangkok concert, and she told me that like some asshole bought up all the merch, like to resell, and no one got to get it. Like straight up, like no one was quick enough to go buy it because this asshole just bought everything and just decided to resell it. But she told me that this was well, I know for a fact that he did a chrono set, which he calls, so it's like chronological in time of his production of it. So he went through all of his music. Dude,
That's
so like
sick,
I felt like they were lucky to get that set, dude. I was like,
yeah,
dang.
our set
So
wasn't
jealous.
okay. Our set wasn't that great to say. Like it wasn't. He just played. I don't know. Like that concert.
He didn't.
I mean,
he didn't play "Stop This Train." I remember that. I was pretty pissed.
Yeah, he didn't play "Stop This Train," but he did play "No Such Thing," which was sick.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Anyways, man. What else do we talk about with John Mayer?
Anyways, man.
Anyways.
I mean, I could talk a lot, man. I'm like a fanboy.
Yeah, you are.
Like
you're
straight
definitely
up,
a bigger fanboy than I am.
Like,
of John
I
Mayer.
even appreciate his like, you know, like his first album, you know, like with like Why Georgia and shit like that. That shit is lit, bro. Neon.
Yeah, where is he now? I mean, I don't follow him on Instagram or anything. Let's see what this guy's doing right now.
Well, he says he's in the studio right now.
So he's releasing a new
album.
He's releasing a new thing, right?
And he says that this one is the most coherent thing he's done in a while.
I'm excited for that.
I am too. And
for that.
I feel like he's been influenced by country, obviously, but he's been influenced by this like comedic kind of environment right now. So I imagine there's gonna be some fucking troll songs in there.
He's just a creepy uncle now, honestly.
Yeah.
He's probably like he's like 40. Like, he's just doing like creepy uncle shit.
Which I don't mind.
The motherfucker's selling watches now. He's selling G-Shock watches. Like, look at this. This is like what?
Motherfucker selling G-Shock
This is what
he's
doing.
a watch guy though. He's a watch guy. He collects like what's the brand? TWC? I don't even know.
Probably something expensive fucking
shit. Some
Yeah.
No, he has a crazy collection. Right now he's collecting knives, I think, from the last interview I listened to him.
Yeah.
He's collecting and like educating himself on
low-key,
hunting knives.
Seems like something you do though. Like I feel like you have like Mark has like Mark's interests usually like end within like a few months. Are you still into film photography right now or no? There's nothing to take pictures of?
Yes and no. Like because of COVID, I haven't had the chance to leave home.
Me too, man. Me too, man. Yeah. And like before that, what was it?
I mean,
I don't know, but you're just like a few months. Oh yeah, I'm into film photography right now.
Before that it was the Polaroids.
Yeah. Like there was one that he took Polaroids like every week.
Yeah.
And then he put it into this little box. And then one week he would have like one picture that encapsulate
that feeling.
The week. That was sick. That was a cool concept. Are you still doing it?
No, but I want to start it again pretty soon because I thought it was a good concept too. Like in terms of like capturing the week and stuff like that.
Do you ever look
I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at it in like a year, I think. So I maybe at some point, maybe I'll share some on my Instagram and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's sick, man. You should keep doing it.
Yes, sir. But let's get back to John
nostalgia.
Mayer.
I feel like the theme of John Mayer, at least for me, to capture the essence of the artist, for me, in terms of how he has impacted me, I think every time I listen to John Mayer, I feel nostalgic because his songs that I like, my favorite John Mayer songs always are nostalgic ones, like "Stop This Train," and like
Yeah.
like it's just like a feeling of like I feel less lonely listening to John Mayer. That's what I think. That's why I like
I
him.
think John Mayer creates very warm music. If that makes any sense, it's like, you know, it's like it's very comforting in a way. Even the more heavy ones like Gravity and shit is like very warm. Like you go back to it and then you're like, oh shit, yeah, like it's like a hug, you know.
And I don't know
but
if that's because the music itself, or is it because we like to revisit that time of our life. Like for me, John Mayer, Frank Ocean are the kinds of artists that always kind of take me back to a certain time in my life.
Yeah.
So like a happier, more simple time.
Yeah. And he even featured on Frank Ocean's channel.
Remember the White?
Boy did White.
like Frank Ocean was just fucking unknown at the time. Like he was like probably like writing songs and like producing for like big hip hop names and R&B names, but he was virtually unknown. And then motherfucker came and John Mayer was just like
just playing, not even just singing.
Like, it was like a minute. The song was like a minute and a half. That's
a minute, but it's a really good interlude. Like one of the best interludes in like history. I feel it's like
and he got like John Mayer in it, which was sick. Yeah.
Which is fucking sick. Exactly.
Did they ever work together on more stuff or no?
I'd imagine, you know, imagine they informed each other's writing.
Yeah.
No. Frank Ocean was on John Mayer's track, no? Wildfire or something? Yeah.
Really? Which one?
It was the same period of time that he did Channel Orange, I think. Like post Channel Orange.
Oh.
It's called Wildfire.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's not great. I mean, it's just like a song, you know. It happens. You don't create
good shit all the time.
But I think I want to go back to the idea that people dismiss John Mayer for being a pop star, and I mean, fairly, it's rightfully so. But I feel like if you haven't even heard the songs that we've talked about, there's probably a problem here, right? Like you should probably give this guy a chance, because if you care about music at all, right? Like John Mayer is one of the best guitarists like ever. Like one of the. I'm not saying he's the best.
One of the best singer-songwriters of time.
Yeah. No, but like technically, like technicality wise, like he's one of the best guitarists. Like even like Eric Clapton's like he's a master. Like he knows things that like
this guy
I don't even
got
think
fingers.
that he knows. Yeah. Like he has recognition from BB King, you know. He has recognition from Eric Clapton, you know. So like like you gotta acknowledge the artistry and the musicality behind him too, you know.
Yeah.
So like for anyone who like hasn't tried his shit, like go try his shit.
How about this? How about this, man? Like, what do you think about like big name artists and like pretentious people like us, like being super dismissive of them just because they're huge.
I think it's a problem.
It is a problem.
Because I think it's because we don't really hate the artist, we just hate the marketing.
We're just against the system.
At least I am. I don't know about you, but I'm
fucking system, bro.
I just don't like the industry itself. Like this is kind of like, you know,
we talked about this,
back to that Blackpink episode.
Yeah.
That like, you know, I just don't like the industry. Like I don't hate the girls. I feel like the girls are very hardworking people. Like it's great. But like I don't think the industry is reflecting the right things, like not the right values. And I think it's the same thing with pop stars in general too, because I feel like
some of them are amazing. Like they're so good.
Yeah, I mean, like we could talk about Justin Bieber for a second here, but like Justin Bieber,
this new album,
I think like he's a melodic genius.
Kind of fire, man. The new album, not gonna lie, kind of enjoyed it.
You know, it's very hard to like make up like a hit, right? And like to be able to do that consistently, and to be like, yo, like I'm gonna produce like some songs that are like iconic for like a whole like decade, basically. Like that's difficult, bro.
That's difficult. Like Drake is just pumps
melodic
up.
Genius. Yeah.
Honestly, Drake super famous. I think Drake super talented. and some of the songs, like artistry, like in terms of the art, is amazing. Like Passion Fruit. Remember Passion? We listened to Passion Fruit like so many times, like back in the day when it came out. Yeah, Nice for What was amazing. Drake has some sick tracks, man.
I think both Drake and Bieber have this kind of like genius for
making
kind of understanding harmony, understanding melodies, understanding words and bars. Bars in the sense of like singing something and it becomes catchy instantly. Because Drake has bars that you can even think and you're like, oh yeah, like, he did that. He said that.
You don't listen, like you probably hear it at a club, like 3 times, and it's just ingrained in your head, like these like few lines of Drake. And I think that's like, that's sick, man. Like he can do that with
exactly. And I think the media has portrayed John in a particular way that has made him look like, okay, first of all, he's an asshole, but you know, has probably amplified that a lot more than it should be. But also not amplified, but has like highlighted him as a artist that sings "Waiting on a World to Change." Your Body Is My Wonderland. Very
still good songs.
Very like white middle-aged white woman shit. You know, like that kind of music.
I just feel like a suburban mom driving in a minivan going to like Walmart.
Exactly.
That's like, the type of music they listen to.
That's the vibe. That's the vibe. And like I feel like, you know, they should have highlighted songs like Vulture, you know, like Bold as Love, you know, like stuff like that, which is like, man, I feel like it's forgotten in time.
It's
like,
great.
The Heart of Life, even. In Your Atmosphere, bro.
I think one of my friends, this is just like a story. I'm not gonna name any names, but one of my friends like had like a breakup with like his girlfriend, and then they were slow dancing in a burning room.
Fucking dramatic as fuck. Dramatic as fuck.
That's something I would do though, man. Like you gotta be like that sometimes, you know.
Gotta be dramatic.
You gotta listen to John Mayer and just be in your feels sometimes.
Yeah, man. I love this concert so much. So it's Where the Light Is. I'm sure you can just watch this on YouTube. Or like maybe like, you know, you could stream it or something. Like watch the whole thing. Yeah. Cause like it has 3 sets on it. Yeah. So there's an acoustic set, trio set, which is like jazzy blues, and then there's a band set, which is like the rock kind of stuff.
I think when we went, he brought out the trio.
Yes, he did.
And that was really cool. So it was like it was just like basically classic like blues.
Yeah.
Like
the bassist is like super great. I think his name's Pino Palladini. No. Pino Palladini. Yeah.
Pino Palladini.
It's the long guy, just like the tall guy who is like, you know, he looks older now, but it is what it is. But super talented, and I feel like, I don't know, man. I have people in my mind right now who I'm like targeting this to. You know, it's like, yo, man, like you hated on John Mayer, man. Stop doing that. Like if you can't appreciate like the music, then like there's probably a problem there.
When is the new album coming out? I'm curious.
I have no idea.
Very soon?
I hope so.
I remember when Niteflyte came out. I was sick, and I hope it's cool. I hope it's that vibe. You know. Like the music video, and he's just like, I'm alone in the telephone. It was really funny. Like that's a pop song.
Yeah.
Like the lyrics are very like simple, like young love kind of thing. But he does it so effortlessly and with class and taste that it's like it's so good. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know why. For some reason, John Mayer's pop is okay to me. Maybe I'm just a fanboy, but like, I mean, I feel like it's a lot more tasteful. You know?
Yeah, it is more tasteful. But if you look at the lyrics, man, it's like there's not much he's saying. He's not saying anything.
Right. Like, if you compare, like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe it's because
Shawn
John Mayer
Mendes,
hasn't
like,
really...
guys like that.
I mean, John Mayer, I feel like the most I don't know what word to use here, but like produced in terms of like beats and like 808s and shit, like and like stuff like that. I feel like the most produced song is "Still Feel Like Your Man," and you know that drop like, "I still feel like your man." Yeah. I feel like that's the only processed song that he has. Because other songs are very grounded in like a very very country-esque kind of like way of producing. So like I feel like it doesn't have the connotation of pop of today's pop, you know? Which but like still, I hate it when any pop stars just like singing and then like the beat drops and they're going like you know.
Okay,
like
let me give you this example. Bruno Mars is a pop star, but it's pop it's pop that you don't hate. Do you know what I mean?
It's like pop R&B, like pop soul.
Yeah, like he's singing like the Versace on the floor. Yeah, that song is no content.
I mean there's nuances to that too, though. There's nuances to that too. Let me demonstrate. In 24K Magic, 24K Magic, Chunky, Perm, they were all funky songs. They're all groove, right? But then there's That's How I Like It.
Yeah.
Is that the name?
That's what I like. That's what I like. That one.
No. Or is it? Fuck, I don't remember. But there was I think that was a super poppy one. Like there's some nuances to his pop, quote unquote.
Okay,
pop.
yeah, but he's a pop star. But I love most of his music.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah, like
it's whatever the music video that he was like dancing and there was like graphics coming out of his fingers and shit. Like that's the music video that I'm referring to. It's like super pop. I don't know. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I don't know, but like I feel like they're the same. Like I have so much respect for Bruno Mars, man. Like he's such a great musician, like all around. But he's like
I do too.
Probably one of the most famous artists like ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think he's one of the rare artists that has produced consistently good music throughout his career. Like I don't remember a bad album from him.
Okay.
No, let's be honest. Like, let's talk about Bruno Mars hasn't really created a bad album, really. Like, they all have good songs on them.
Yeah, I just remember not really being a fan like back in the day
of Grenade
until Unorthodox Jukebox. Then I became a fan. Yeah. But like the album before where he was like Grenade, I fucking hated that Lazy song. I was so annoyed. Like I was like a little 12-year-old when that came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck this. This sucks.
Yeah. But I think for most people that was a good album for him, right?
Yeah. True.
I mean, I
objectively, I think that was a good album.
I like what's the song? My First Time? Our First Time.
Yeah.
Our First Time is really good.
Yeah.
Album. Yeah, man. I mean, pop is such a interesting realm to kind of talk about, just because like we hate on it so much, but yet again we kind of go back to it. You know, we love that shit. We eat that shit up. We're like, like it's like.
But tasteful pop though.
Tasteful pop, exactly. And I feel like my realm of pop is very blues, very
R&B inspired,
R&B kind of pop. So it's like John Mayer, I think, falls into the blue category. Blues category, and Bruno Mars kind of falls in this soul, R&B funk. Yeah.
So that's the thing, man. Like people gotta make money. That's like what you have to understand. Is that like if like I was a musician and I wanted to do it for a living, like you know how we used to like just like shit on artists who sell out and shit like that. But like that's what they do. That's their only source of income. Right? They're doing it to feed their fucking families and shit. And like if money is like within something, like if I write a song and I have to compromise on my artistry a bit to like make money for my family, I fucking do it. Easy. You know what I mean? I fucking fuck that shit. Like let me sell some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Bruno Mars has like a Lacoste line coming out. You know what I mean? Yes. Like you can be like, oh, this motherfucker sell out, but it's kind of cool.
It's cool.
It's kind of cool. You know what I mean? Can't hit that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I think we're hitting the mark.
Yeah, we're hitting the 50-minute mark or so right now. Yeah, man. We don't have to force talk about it, but I enjoyed this discussion a lot. Yeah, no.
Any last?
I just wanted to say that give John Mayer a chance, man. Like I know like you probably have a negative connotation of him, or you either love him, like, and it doesn't really make any sense anymore. But if you have been against him for your whole life, please give him a chance. At least listen to Continuum, the album. Give a shit a chance, because he is this generation's like one of the best guitarists right now. So give him a shot, man. Give him a shot. Anyhow, did you want to say anything?
I'm good, man. Just go to fucking John Mayer, man. Like, it's sick,
right?
Like, go listen
and go watch his shit. The
interview.
No, the concert. Where the Light Is concert, which is basically the Continuum concert. The Continuum album. Anyhow, we have a tradition on this podcast to share some music with you guys, because you were in this music circle, this like virtual music circle. And what we do in the music circle, as you may already know, is that you share music with your friends. And so, Findi, do you have any music for us?
Yeah, it's a song that Daniel sent us.
Damn, you stole my shit, bro. All right.
Oh, which one were you gonna say? For how long?
Right. I could say some other shit. we got some Clubhouse friends now.
I was just listening to that all day. The one that Daniel sent, For How Long, by Harvey Sutherland remix.
Oh, we're not even different one. Cool.
Yeah. So Tycho, Saint Sinner, and Harvey Sutherland.
That's like a very house dance,
funk house.
Yeah.
And the other one is fuck. Okay, you go first, man.
Okay, so this is also a Daniel recommended song. It's If You Want It by Niteflyte. I love this song so much.
Yeah, that's a good song.
I think this song is like I have a playlist dedicated to like who I am as like an identity crisis thing.
Oh,
I feel like this is like fits right into it, because like that whole playlist has like Marvin Gaye and shit in it too, And another song I want to throw out is I would want to say Tied Up Right Now by Parcels. This is recommended by our boy Pete on Clubhouse. Very good song.
And my last song is Delayed by Temporex. Nice. I think I played it.
You did show that, on Clubhouse. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, we're also on Clubhouse right now. We have Music Mondays.
It's really fun. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, man. We like, it's literally the music circle that I'm trying to build. And we get to share music with people. People get to share music with us.
And it was I remember the last time the Kazakh girl came and she was like singing on her ukulele.
Yeah, there was a Kazakhstani girl who came in and sang music,
and then one time this like little Egyptian kid was like, listen to my beats, and then he was just like, yeah, you want to listen to my beats? And this is like Arabic like hip hop beats.
Yeah. Which was sick.
This kid was in high school and he was like making beats. Yeah, it was fun. It's a lot of fun. You guys enjoy it.
Man. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, so go join if you have Clubhouse. We have a club such as Up, Balcony AUX Chord, obviously, and we also have a Discord now too, where we get to literally share music with friends, and have calls and stuff like that if that ever happens.
Yeah, we'll link it on the YouTube video.
Yeah. So thank you, Findi, for talking to me about John Mayer. I love it so much.
Thanks.
And give John Mayer a chance. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're also on Spotify and all that too. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye. Peace out.